Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 73. Got an interesting thought for you today, guys. I want you to think about all that you actually can possibly experience. All that you can possibly experience in your life. And I want to tell you that you can actually categorize every single experience you could possibly have as a human being into 6 categories. And those 6 categories are internal and external. So that's already 2 categories. So internal and external, seeing, hearing, and feeling. That's it. So internal seeing is basically mental imagery. If I tell you to think of an orange, close your eyes right now, think of an orange. What you're doing right now is internal seeing. Now let's think about internal hearing. So if I say a sentence like, this orange is orange, nice simple sentence there. If you close your eyes, don't even necessarily have to close your eyes, but you say that sentence to yourself in your head, so don't verbally say it, but you just say, this orange is orange in your head. Do that a couple times. That is internal hearing. Then you also have internal feeling. So internal feeling is a little bit more of a difficult one to articulate because it's essentially how you're experiencing emotions. And emotions you do experience internally, and they are completely subjective to you as an individual. 2 people don't experience the exact same emotion. We just have different words to describe them. An attempt to describe a similar sort of feeling. But when you're angry, when you're happy, when you're depressed, when you're having these internal experiences, those are what I would call internal feeling. Then we have obviously the external sensations. So external seeing obviously is pretty self-evident. If you're not blind, you have external seeing more or less all the time your eyes are open. When your eyes are open, everything you see in the external world, that would be called external seeing. So you see the trees in the background of the video earlier, you're looking at the screen right now, you're seeing me on your laptop or phone screen, whatever you're watching me on, that would be external seeing. External hearing are the sounds you would hear in your external environment. And then you also have, for example, me snapping my fingers, the sound of my voice right now, that in your direct experience would be external hearing. And then lastly, you have external feeling. So every square centimeter or every square inch of your skin right now is experiencing the environment through tactile sensation. That would be external feeling. And those 6 things literally form the entirety of your experience right now. You're having obviously a massive amount of sensory information coming in, not only from the outside of your body, but also the inside of your body. And that is the entirety of your experience from your mind's perspective, okay? And all of those things are literally the only thing that you have to experience reality with. Now, why is this important? Why do I think this is important to understand and to know about? Well, if this is the entirety of the experience of your life, and if you want to become good at something, if you want to improve the experience in your life, you have to learn how to manipulate and change each of these different factors so that you're experiencing things that you want to experience, so that you're improving the experience of your life. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the things that people go for in life, they are shallow things. They want money, they want status, they want cars, they want materialistic things. Again, those things are nice, and it's obviously, good to have some of those things in life, but it shouldn't be the sole focus of your life. At the end of the day, all you really want is what those things can do for your experience. You want the experiences that they will give for you subjectively. So when you've just bought your new nice car, your nice Ferrari, you're driving it down the road, it's not the car itself that you are enjoying, it's your experience of actually utilizing the car, and you're having the seeing, the hearing, and the feeling internally and externally from having purchased that object. It's the same thing with absolutely anything in life. And this is really kind of a life-changing realization if you actually think deeply about it and kind of contemplate it. The real juicy part is when you learn to distinguish between these things, because I think a lot of the time we do often mistake internal and external seeing and hearing, especially internal, external seeing, hearing, and feeling. So a good example would be being in a queue at the grocery store or when you're going shopping. There's a huge queue for the checkout and the tills. So you're experiencing standing in a line, not moving anywhere, and you're maybe hearing the sounds around you, and you're maybe also experiencing the sense of your clothes on your skin. Maybe it's hot, maybe it's cold. But all of the internal sensations, the thoughts that you're having, those are generally what we confuse for the situation. So we'll say, it's bad that I'm stuck in this queue and therefore this queue is bad, and I'm bored and therefore I'm experiencing negative emotions because of this. But if you actually were just to experience the external sensations without the internal judgments about them, then you would have a much better experience of that situation. Learning to manipulate consciousness in this way, learning to manipulate your experience through choosing which internal or external sensations and feelings you focus on, I think is one of the most important and valuable skills that you could possibly have in life. And it's something that I'm obviously quite painfully aware of, because in workouts, it happens all the time, especially with jumping workouts. I feel like I have a lot of negative blockages when it comes to jumping high. And as I've mentioned previously in videos, when you jump high, it's a one-time maximal effort. So if you're in your head about it and you're not in your body, not in your external feeling, hearing and seeing, and you're not just in the present moment, and you're sort of confusing the external sensations with your internal beliefs and your internal thoughts and your judgments, then that really can cause problems for you, and it will negatively impact your performance. And I think what I need to learn to master, and I think a lot of people just generally do, is learning how to master what are internal sensations. Firstly, it's just becoming conscious of when they're internal and when they're not, and then learning to categorize them into these three categories: seeing, hearing, feeling, and then you can start learning how to manipulate them, because you know what you're trying to manipulate. So yeah, that's it. That's my interesting thought for the day for you guys. Hopefully you gain some value from it and you can have some applicable and practical takeaways from this video. And I will catch you guys in the next one.